This session is about databases and data analytics. In our session, we will have hands-on practical practice on database. And in this quick video, I will talk about data analytics. What are the types of analyses that we can do on data? These are the objectives of the session. With honesty, we will not go into details to satisfy these objectives, but we will have some principles, and you have to explore more to cover these learning objectives. You have seen this picture before. I showed you different levels of data. When we speak about data, we need the highest level computable electronic data. Unfortunately, not all data available are computable. Some data are structured, viewable, but not computable, and unfortunately we may deal with unstructured data, and the worst case scenario is non-electronic paper based data. So to deal with data really from informatics point of view, data has to be structured and computable. We can apply analysis on this data to come up with information, knowledge, and to reach wisdom level. According to this definition, IBM defines analytics as the systematic use of data and related business insights developed through applied analytical disciplines. Like what? Example is statistical, contextual, quantitative, predictive, cognitive, other, including emerging models. Why? To drive fact-based decision making. So the end point is we need decision making based on facts, based on data, for the purpose of planning, management, measurement, and learning. So we analyze data to better plan, to better manage, to measure what we are practicing, our performance, and to learn from our own practice. We can divide the analytics into different types. The simplest imagination for analytics to divide them into three categories: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. From the term descriptive, standard type of reporting that describe the current situation. So descriptive is just layout of the current situation. So you may have, for example, bar chart, histogram, pie chart to show, for example, number of cases, let's say COVID-19, number of cases of COVID-19 every day in a bar chart. So this is a descriptive analysis. You just describe what's going on. A different type of analytic is predictive. We don't need only to describe the data, we need to predict what will happen if this situation continues. Predictive data is simulation and modeling technique that identify trends and portend outcomes of action taken. So back again to the COVID-19, we see a graph of increasing number of cases, so we can predict what is happening in the next future, next week, next month. If the cases are continuing to increase, we can predict worsening of the pandemic. However, if the cases are, if the curve is reducing and the cases per day are getting less and less, you can predict improvement in the situation. So this is predictive data. Prescriptive data is a higher level. You don't only predict what's going on, you give instructions to solve the future problems. So prescriptive is optimizing clinical, financial, and other outcomes. So not only that we predict, back to COVID-19, not only that we predict the increasing number of cases, but we give instructions how to deal with such scenario. Data analytics, a core methodology in data analytics is machine learning. We will have a different session and we will have a guest speaker speaking about machine learning. Machine learning is something relatively new in the recent years, 10 years or so. And a lot of experimentation, research has been done in this field with good promising result. That machines can, by machines we mean in this scenario computers, computers learn how to analyze data and give you descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. We talked about big data last time, last session, and data analytics should be or can be applied on big data. Another term that is frequently used, especially in business sector, business intelligence. It means simply analytics of business data to give insight to managers to better manage their own work. In health system, the term learning health system has been used or raised to describe a system that uses its own data with analysis to predict what's going on and to give instructions or at least show trends, what's happening, so you can manage your system in a better way. I suggest to you, I advise you to visit, to search IBM Watson project, search about this project and see what's happening in regard to analytics and machine learning. I will not speak about it, just I leave it for you. You can search about it. It's fascinating field with good results, especially in the medical field, the Watson project. Okay, back to data analytics from another point of view to organize the idea of data analytics. You can think of data analytics as a pipeline that we go through different steps. So first, data sources like the clinical record, genomic, financial, administrative data. These are all blended together. We use them, we structure them, we use them. Then we make extraction. Extract, organize, normalize, and match data to come up with statistical data that we are able to use statistical processing like machine learning and statistical inference, and our output in this analytics is either descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive result. One of the major motivator of data analytics comes from new models of healthcare delivery, such as accountable care organization. We briefly spoke about ACOs, accountable care organization, and in our discussion we might spend a few more minutes talking about ACOs. You may search about ACOs until we discuss it. Of course, no field is easy, although we describe it as simple and straightforward, but it is far from easy. There are a lot of challenges in data analytics. A lot of data in the medical field are really unstructured, so we need really to reorganize our data, and this takes a lot of effort, time, to make it structured, then to make it computable. A lot of times there is incomplete data, missing information, and the data are not objectives. There is a lot of subjective opinion written in data, so not reliable to use. The use of big data is a challenge. There is a lot of data and information that we store, collect, capture, store, but we don't really use. So using big data is a big challenge. Last to mention here, although there are other challenges, ethical issues. There is always concern about health information of people, patients. There is ethical issues to use information and to apply analytics on. In our session, we will have hands-on practice on relational database, and we will try to really design clinical provider order entry CPOE system. Not to speak a lot, you can watch this video. You can just click the link and watch this technology, Hadoop, that is different from relational database, and we will speak about it in our session as well. In our country, there are many mobile application that has been used for health, and this is a list of application that has been used. I suggest you to check at least few of them and see the functionality, and you can imagine the data behind these applications. This is a assigned task. This video is relatively short, and we will have hands-on discussion when we meet. Thank you very much.